Welcome back, honour members. Honour member for Nchis North, we see you, and welcome to the House. You and Deza Murundun were not in the House this afternoon, so welcome back, Whip, to your House. I know you had a very important meeting and you took leave of absence from my office, but welcome back. Honour members, we already moved. Table.
Item 2C, Roman numeral number 2, matter of urgent public importance, understanding order number 14. The honorable member for Salima Central West to raise a matter of urgent public importance on the issue raised on the order paper.
Thank you. Honour member for Salima Central West, you have the floor, sir. Thank you.
And thank you so much, Honorable First Deputy Speaker. Just to confirm that it's 10 minutes presentation. Thank you so much. The matter, Honorable...
This 10 minutes, it will do us justice if you take less. Thank you.
I'll do so. The matter before your Honorable House First Deputy Speaker, and the matter that is coming from the people of Salima Central West constituency involves the persistent nationwide electricity blackouts that as constituency we are experiencing, and we are so sure that other constituencies across the country are also experiencing the same. And these electricity blackouts, which have evolved beyond an emergency challenge, now getting into a national economic emergency. First Deputy Speaker, the same adversely affecting healthcare delivery. And I remember at Salima District Hospital, because we struggled to find an alternative source of power, there was a time that we struggled to at least assist that power should be available by mobilizing some diesel, even though it was difficult to provide to a generator that was there and which was even hard to take off. The same has affected education, industrial production, agriculture, digital enterprises, and quite a lot of household livelihoods, Honorable First Deputy Speaker. Therefore, people of Salima Central West constituency would like to seek for an explanation from the Honorable Minister of Energy on why us as a country and as Malawians should continue to have the confidence in the country's electricity supply system when the frequency and duration of power outages appear to have worsened despite repeated government assurances that the situation would improve. I was just checking around also with other constituencies, just as it is with Salima Central West constituencies. These power outages are on a daily basis, and sometimes it takes even more than 6 hours for power to be restored. Further to this, First Deputy Speaker, people of Salima Central West constituency wish to know what structural and institutional reforms the government is implementing within ESCOM and EGENCO to improve operational efficiency, strengthening maintenance planning, reduce technical losses, expand generation capacity, and ultimately, First Deputy Speaker, ensure that reliable and sustainable electricity is available to all Malawians. We so submit, First Deputy Speaker, and thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you very much. I therefore recognize the Honorable Minister of Energy to respond.
Thank you, Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir. I wish to thank the Honorable Member for raising this important matter concerning frequency and duration of electricity blackouts in the country. Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir, government fully appreciates the inconvenience and economic losses that intermittent power supply causes. Government recognizes that reliable electricity is essential for industrial production, agricultural processing, healthcare, education, and the daily lives of our citizens. The concerns expressed by the Honorable Member reflect the genuine experiences of the people we all represent. However, it is equally important that this House considers the issue in its proper context. The electricity supply challenges confronting the country result from years of underinvestment in generation, transmission, and distribution infrastructure, compounded by rapid growth in electricity demand, which has outpaced available generation capacity, and aging assets that now require extensive rehabilitation and replacement. Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir, despite these challenges, government remains firmly committed to restoring a stable and reliable electricity supply. The government has intensified investments to expand generation capacity, strengthen the transmission and distribution networks, and rehabilitate aging infrastructure. Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir, the power outages, I'm sure the ones that the Honorable Member is referring to, were more pronounced, I think, in the past 3 months. And this is following the loss of 20 megawatt that came about because of a faulty machine at Nkula. And our utility, Egenco, has been working hard to make sure that they get back the 20 megawatt into the grid. But the House may wish to know that this is a very old machine. Actually, it's imperial system. For us to get the spares, it's been a challenge, but we finally got them, and the machine is back online. And I'm sure the Honorable Member may attest to the fact that I think the outages have since reduced, at least the past 3 weeks, they have since reduced. In the short term, government is working to minimize the frequency and duration of outages through the following. 1, commissioning of a 20 megawatt battery energy storage system at Kanengo. I will be commissioning that on 24th of this month. So we'll be getting 20 megawatts from Kanengo. And on 6th August, we'll be commissioning a 10 megawatt Nanjoka solar power plant in Salima. It's taken time for us to commission because of forex issues, for us to get the engineers in and a number of things. But now it's done. On 6th of August, we'll be commissioning that plant. So that will be additional 10 megawatts. So 10 plus 20, you're talking of 30 more. And in the second week of August, we'll also be commissioning the Malawi-Mozambique interconnector. And this will see Malawi getting an additional 50 megawatt. So all being equal, we should have all these projects come second week of August. Where load shedding becomes unavoidable, efforts are being made to ensure that schedules are communicated. These are load shedding schedules are communicated clearly and implemented as predictably as possible to enable households and businesses to plan accordingly. In the medium to long term, government is implementing strategic energy projects aimed at increasing national generation capacity, expanding transmission infrastructure, and encouraging private sector participation in power generation. The projects that we are looking at include the 358 megawatt Mpatamanga hydropower project. And the House may wish to note that this project has already rolled out. Ancillary works are already in progress, and we are in the process of recruiting contractors. And we're hoping that come January next year, we should be full throttle on the ground. At the same time, we are looking at giving attention to the eastern and western backbone transmission lines. The eastern backbone line, this one goes from Salima, Kotakota, Nkatabe, all the way, and we are aiming at connecting with the Eastern Africa power pool. Then we are also looking at the western backbone, where we will be connecting through Chipata, will be connecting to the Zambia lines. These are just among others. These interventions are expected to improve the resilience, reliability, and sustainability of Malawi's electricity supply. At the same time, as a ministry, we are aggressively looking for investors and partners to join us to develop some of the projects, generation projects that are already ready. In the north, we are looking at 2 hydropower projects, on the lower Fufu on South Rukulu, and another one in Karonga. In the central region, we've got 2 sites along the Bua River, a 20 megawatt, a 60 megawatt and a 50 megawatt. So we are aggressively doing that once, because these projects are already ready. All we need is just to revise the feasibility studies that were already carried out. Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir, I wish to assure this House and the nation that government remains fully committed to delivering reliable, affordable, and sustainable electricity to all Malawians, because we recognize that energy security is fundamental to achieving Malawi 2063 and unlocking inclusive economic growth. I therefore, Honorable Deputy Speaker, sir, ask the honorable members and the nation to continue supporting these efforts as we work collectively towards achieving a more reliable, resilient, and sustainable electricity system for all Malawians. Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir, allow me at this point to move to the second part of the question, and this is on the structural and institutional reforms within our 2 utilities, ESCOM and EGENCO. Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir, once again I wish to thank the honorable member for raising this important matter concerning structural and institutional reforms that the government is implementing within ESCOM and EGENCO to improve operational efficiency, strengthen maintenance planning, reduce technical losses, expand generation capacity, and ultimately ensure a reliable and sustainable electricity supply. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, government is fully aware of the need for reforms in the 2 utilities for improved efficiency, reduced losses, and increased electricity generation for provision of reliable power to the nation. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, government, under the leadership of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, is in the process of establishing the interagency committee by 23rd of this month, which will tackle issues of vandalism of ESCOM property, infrastructure, and illegal electricity connections. The committee is coming up with a national action plan on enforcement of operations against vandalism of electricity infrastructure, for the period of 2026 to 2030. We are coming up with a 100 days operationalization plan to ensure a quick rollout of initiative to address issues of increased power cuts due to vandalism. So this initiative is going to run for 100 days to make sure that we maximize the outcome. First Deputy Speaker, sir, it is also important to note that the ministry will continue to monitor the changes made and the needs in the electricity market in order to continue meaningful and effective structural changes for growth and efficiency of the electricity market. Some of the things that we are going to look at are the following. The first one, at the moment, ESCOM carried out a functional review, and government will now make sure that we streamline ESCOM's operations, outsource non-core functions, and build capacity for new staff. Secondly, we are looking at accelerating digital transformation of the utilities. And in that regard, government will launch a comprehensive digitalization strategy for ESCOM, including customer databases, GIS mapping, and a real-time monitoring system. Thirdly, we are also looking at the financial sustainability of the two utilities. And of course, we're also looking at operational efficiency. In this regard, government is implementing measures such as tariff reforms, making sure that they are cost-reflective, advanced metering infrastructure, AMI, operational restructuring, and a tariff stabilization fund aimed to improve the financial performance of utilities like ESCOM and EGENCO. Fourthly, we are looking at accountability in these two utilities, and we are making sure that these two utilities have to publish audited utility financial statements within 6 months of the fiscal year end to enhance this transparency. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, there is also a need to reduce system technical losses we may generate, but if we don't reduce the losses, then we'll be back to square one. So we have to improve maintenance of generation plants and transmission and distribution lines in EGENCO and ESCOM. The following measures have been established and we will continue to monitor their implementation. One, we are looking at stronger maintenance planning. In this regard, we are going to increase spending on replacing 40 utility poles, and the House may wish to know that in some areas we're actually replacing the wooden poles with concrete poles. And also looking at critical repairs at our hydropower plants. Two, we are looking at sustainability plans. So both ESCOM and EGENCO developed their O&M planning.
Deputy Leader.
Archiving
Honourable Minister, okay. Please resume your seat. Deputy Leader. For the duty of extending time.
First Deputy Speaker, sir, may I move a motion that we extend time to allow the Honourable Minister finish providing the response. I beg to move. Right Honourable First Speaker, sir.
Thank you very much, Deputy Leader. Honourable members, we have a motion. The motion is to allow time extension for the Honourable Minister to finalize her submissions. Those of that opinion say aye. Those that need electricity in their homes say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, the motion is carried. Honourable Minister, you have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir. I was sharing on our plans to improve technical losses and improvement of maintenance of generation plants and transmission and distribution lines. And to do so, we are looking at the following measures. One, stronger maintenance planning, and this is increased spending on replacing 4-day utility poles and critical repairs at hydropower plants. And I shared that in replacement of utility poles, we have also taken another step higher to replace some of the poles with the wooden poles with concrete poles. Secondly, we are looking at sustainability plans. Both ESCOM and EJENGO developed O&M planning, archiving of designs, and involvement in final inspections. 3, we're also looking at capacity building, training for O&M of new assets, participation of functional tests. Lastly, we are looking at efficiency measures for connections. So this has been an issue in many cases. So what are we doing in that case? We're looking at rezoning our offices. At least come up with smaller offices closer to people. So, and we're also going to look at smaller teams that are going to man these zones, and we are introducing motorcycles so that should there be any fault, they should be able to respond quickly to avoid taking time to attend to the faults. Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir, the parastatals continue being overwhelmed with financial underperformance, and the following measures have been earmarked in the National Energy Policy to improve their efficiency. 1, tariff reforms, and this is to bring revenues more in line with costs of operation and recapitalization. 2, move toward fully cost-reflective tariff to sustain reliable service. 3, allowing ESCOM to quote, receive and retain forex from electricity exports to fix currency mismatch. Lastly, the energy policy also provides for leveraging of private capital for additional power generation and transmission. Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir, I wish to assure this House and the nation that government of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika remains fully committed to undertaking structural and institutional reforms in the energy parastatals in order to provide reliable service to the nation and improve socio-economic gains that reliable electricity provides. Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir, I submit. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister, for that elaborate take. The owner of the question, I see you. What do you want to raise?
Thank you so much. Just to appreciate responses from the Honorable Minister of Energy. Satisfactory. We'll just be looking forward to an end of these frequent power outages. Otherwise, it's becoming a nightmare. But First Deputy Speaker, she's touched on networking with the private sector to participate in power generation. And I'm quite aware that one of them into the play is JCM Power, and I think other players. We've got, I think, Goromoti, around 20 megawatts, and also 10 at Nanjoka in Salima, where she'll be commissioning. There is also 60, 60 I think it's Goromoti, 20 is Kanzimbe. Now, these solar farms, we thought they are being planted without batteries. That would provide a power source when there is an outage regarding the grid connection. What's the government's policy to ensure that when a private player is coming in, there must be also a component of provision of batteries at each of these power plants, because that would contribute to the losses that we are talking about. Otherwise, at night or when it's crowded, we lose power. There are no batteries. The Honorable Minister is quite aware about this, I think. And it's still standing up to now that most of the solar farms do not have batteries that can store and give back the power when there's an outage.
Thank you. Thank you. Nchisi South.
Thank you so much, Mr. Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the great people of Nchisi, especially Tie Kalumo, Chawanda, for a supplementary question to our able minister. Thank you so much for clarifying a lot of issues regarding energy. And Nchisi is not spared to these challenges, especially in Nchisi District Hospital. We usually fail to assist our people because of these persistent blackouts. But I would like to know why the government is bringing back the generators in the country. I understand the previous government had removed them. My assumption is that they saw some of the challenges, and regarding the generators, we use fuel, diesel, and the country usually go through these challenges. Why is the government bringing again the generators? Can't we go to green energy? Maybe it can bring lasting solution to our nation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Blantyre North.
Thank you, First Deputy Speaker. Through you, I would like to find out from the Honourable Minister. I was listening very careful as regards to the kind of electricity, hydro, solar, bit, and others. But I would like to find out, Honourable Minister, if isn't this time, around this time, if we cannot use the coal. I know in some area there's a ban of using coal, but in the country we have coal mines, and we are in an emergency, as they are doing in Europe. They banned it, but now they are using coal. Why can't we take advantage of the coal mines which we have in the country, and as well use to transmit electricity using the coals? I submit.
Thank you. Thank you. The last one is in Kadabe, Chinteji.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing Kadabe Chinteji to ask several questions to the Honorable Minister. First of all, let me thank the one, Salima Central West, who brought up this very intelligent question, and also let me appreciate the intelligent and heartwarming response from the Honorable Minister. But I want to find out what Blantyre North asked about coal mine. Well, we have talked about Kamwamba coal-fired plant. Now we seem not to be hearing it anymore. Is it Kamwamba now is still birth, or the project is still on? The other one, Honorable Minister, about ESCOM. I was once a board member of ESCOM, so I know what some of the problems. One of the problems is that most of government institutions were not able to pay ESCOM what they owed. So what is the position now as regards government institutions that owe ESCOM money and the Jengo but are not able to pay? And another one, Honorable Minister, it's good that we've talked about Mpatamanga, but as a country, I'm sure you're aware that we have all our major power stations in one river. If gods decide otherwise, like what happened with Kapichira, as a country, we'll be in a sorry state. We have talked about Lower Fufu, Chimgonda, and of course, where in my constituency, there's where I think the feasibility studies were done for a 20 megawatt. The only problem with where is that at a place called Chiwandama, that's where we catch our fish, the delicious sanjika. So those were the problems. But obviously, people would understand that we need electricity more than the sanjika, which we can get elsewhere. So with those few questions, Honorable Minister, I would want to seek clarification. And of course, the interconnection. We started talking about this in 2012, but now it's pleasing to hear that you are even mentioning a date. I hope this will come to fruition as we stand. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Honourable Minister, do you have anything to, please, you have the floor.
Thank you. Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir. The first question is from Honorable from Salima Central. Salima Central West. It's a follow-up question on the question. I think the question was, what's the government policy as regards to power storage from solar generation? The policy now is that every IPP that we're going to engage in solar has to make sure that in the proposal there is a component of a battery storage. So that's the policy now. I know mistakes were made. I think in the previous MOUs, I think that was not considered. But now, as we are engaging the IPPs, it is in the framework to make sure that that is there. If you don't include battery storage, then for sure that proposal will not go through. So that's government's policy now. The second question is from Munchisi. Okay, then maybe let me just finish your first, that question. The coming up of the Kanengo battery storage is also going to help us to stabilize the grid, because you're looking at this energy mix. Because of all that, that's why the Kanengo base project is there to help also to manage the mix. Now, going to Nchisi South, the question is, why are we bringing back generators? I think the honorable member may wish to know that these generators were not disposed of. They were there. It's only that they were down. They were not being maintained. So the new government, the DPP government, has made sure that we fix all those generators as a stopgap. We know it's expensive to run generators, but the issue is we do not have adequate power. So we need those generators to come in at peak hours to help us, supply our customers. So this is coming as a stopgap, but in an ideal situation, we should avoid using generators, but we can't at this moment because we do not have adequate power to supply customers. Then I move to Blantyre North. The question is, why are we not going coal? The answer is, we are going coal. We are exploring all avenues. We're exploring all. So the Kamwamba, Kamwamba, yes. Kamwamba coal generation has been talked about for a long time. And because of, and the honorable member may wish to know that the mining of the coal was not going to happen at Kamwamba. The coal was going to be brought in from Mozambique, from Moatize. So we're not going to do the mining at Kamwamba. Because that's taken too long, The investor in Mozambique has since gone ahead. They are doing the mining of the coal, but they've gone ahead to invest in electricity generation. They'll be generating 300 megawatts in Muatizi, which is just a few kilometers from our borders. We engaged as a ministry, we've engaged the investor, and they don't see the commercial sense for them to come and invest again at Kamwamba, because they've already done that just a few kilometers away from the borders. But not all is lost. We have interested the investor to go up north, where we've got huge deposits of coal. And he is ready, they are ready to go and invest there. And we have said, you do the mining, at the same time, please, let's explore ways of making sure that once the residues from the coal that they're going to export, they also do generation in the north. So we are working on that project. We have linked the investor in Mozambique to the bankers here who have bought the mines in the north. So something is happening, we are going core. So that's what I can assure the honorable member. Then we go to Nkata Bechinteche. The first question is on what my ministry is doing, or what government is doing on a collection of revenue by ESCOM. What we are doing, firstly, is to make sure that we migrate all those government institutions from post-paid meters to prepaid meters. That's what we're doing, firstly. And of course, secondly, to make sure that we look at performance, the finance performance of the utility. So we're giving attention to that. So the first and the most important thing is to migrate from post-paid to prepaid. In doing so, we'll make sure that we collect what is due for ESCOM. Then you have also looked on I think the other questions I've answered as I was tackling those questions, the issues to do with diversification. And I think one important question that I need to tackle is to do with the hydro plants that are along one river. I think we are operating dangerously. I agree with you. So this is, I shared, I think, earlier on to say that we are looking at interesting investors to go and invest in other projects up north. Lower Fufu, I think there's one in Rump, another one in Karonga, then in the central region we've got two. All these projects are ready, feasibility studies were done, and all we need to do is just go and revise the feasibility studies. We are cognizant of that fact, that we cannot put everything under one river, so that at least we operate safely. And on the interconnection, yes, you're right. I think this has taken time, but there were, of course, a number of issues. But finally, all the works are done. We were done with our works 2 months ago. It was now on the Mozambican side. There were issues as they were crossing the Zambezi River, but everything is done now. Commissioning is first week of next month, August. Then maybe 2 weeks later, now we'll do a proper handover of the project. Otherwise, it's done now. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, honourable members. We've had a very good and long day, and I would like to thank Cabinet Leader and your Cabinet for the answers that have been provided to our questions today. Deputy Leader, is it for the business tomorrow? Please, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much, Honorable First Deputy Speaker. As we adjourn for tomorrow, I would want first of all to thank the honorable members for presenting their questions to government, and also on the same note to thank the honorable ministers here for being present to respond to the questions. And I guess this is what a listening and considerate government must do, is always to be there to respond to the issues that our people, through members of parliament, present in this house. We would want the leadership here, we want to encourage each and every member to be punctual. When we say it's 2 p.m., it must be 2 p.m. All of us must be here so that we dispose the business of the day. Having said that, Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir, let me also thank you for presiding over the proceedings today very well. But also I should like to thank my leader here for according me the opportunity to save this house today. It's a rare occasion for one to be given such an opportunity. Therefore, I would want that to be registered that the people of Mangochi Southwest are very appreciative. For tomorrow, we shall continue. When we come back in the afternoon, because tomorrow we start in the afternoon, we shall continue with the response, with the questions to ministers for oral replies, but also we shall tackle responses to committee report, and also let me encourage chairpersons to be ready with their committee reports. If business allows, we shall see how we can go back to matters of urgent importance under Standing Order 14. With that, Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir, let me thank the entire House for a beautiful day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Deputy Leader. Colleagues, it is 17:22 p.m. I therefore adjourn proceedings to tomorrow, 15th July 2026 at 2 after lunch. House adjourned.
Well, that's how the House has concluded its business today, Tuesday, the 14th of July, 2026, and a summary of business on the floor. The House has today tackled questions on notice to ministers for oral replies. 4 ministries took questions from honorable members, and these ministries are Ministry of Transport and Public Works, Ministry of Health and Sanitization, Ministry of Local Government, and Ministry of Energy. Questions came from honorable members representing the following constituencies: Ncheu Central, Zomba Matiya, Nkatabe Central, Mulanje South, Dowa East, and Chitipa Chendo, among others. Still under general business, the House considered 2 matters of urgent public importance under Standing Order 14. The first matter came from Nzimba West. The matter regards the escalating of human-wildlife conflict affecting communities surrounding Vwaza Game Reserve. In his presentation, the honorable member sought the House's intervention to address the continued loss of lives and widespread destruction of crops by wildlife. Honorable members representing the following constituencies made their contributions to the matter: Nchinji North, Kotakota Liwaladze, Nchinji South, Chikwawa Central West, and Salima North. The Honorable Minister of Industrialization, Business, Trade and Tourism responded to the matter. The other matter of urgent public importance came from Salima Central, where honorable member representing the constituency sought an explanation from the Minister of Energy on the persistent electricity blackouts the country continues to experience, a challenge he said is affecting crucial sectors of national development. In his presentation, the honorable member further sought to know the structural and institutional reforms that the government is implementing with ESCOM and EGENCO to ensure reliable and sustainable electricity supply. The Honorable Minister of Energy gave a response to the matter. And the following honorable members representing the following constituencies made their contributions on the same: Chisi South and Nkatabe Chinteshe. Meanwhile, the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Victor Musowa MP, has since adjourned the House until tomorrow, Wednesday, 15th of July, 2026. Mmenemu ndi momweso zayendera zokambirana za phungu lero lachiwiri pa 14 July 2026. Aphungu nyumbayi anayamba zokambirana zawo pofunsa mafunso kupita ku maunduna, ndipo maunduna anayi ndiwo ayankha mafunso lero. Maunduna awa ndi unduna owona za mayendedwe ndi ntchito, unduna owona za umoyo, unduna owona za mphamvu, komanso unduna owona za maboma ang'onoang'ono ndi chitukuko cha m'midzi. Aphungu omwe anafunsa mafunsowa ndi oyimirira madera a Ncheu Central, Zomba Matiya, Nkatabe Central, Mulanje South, Dowa East, komanso Chitipa Chendo mwa ena. Ndipo aphungu lero akambirananso nkhani zofunika ku dziko motsogozedwa ndi gawo 14 la malamulo oyendetsera zokambirana za aphungu. Nkhani yoyamba mu gawoli inachokera kwa phungu oyimirira dera la Nzimba West yokhudza mpungwepungwe omwe ulipo kwa anthu okhala m'madera ozungulira Vwaza Game Reserve ndi nyama zakutchire. Iwo anapempha nyumbayi ndi nthambi zina zokhudzidwa kuti zithandizire kuchitapo kanthu pa vutoli lomwe ati lachititsa kuti mbewu za anthu ziwonongeke, komanso anthu ena ataye miyoyo atapondedwa kapena kuvulazidwa ndi nyama zakutchire monga njovu. Aphungu omwe anathirirapo ndemanga pa nkhaniyi ndi oyimirira madera a Nchinji North, Nkhotakota Liwaladze, Nchinji South, Chikwawa Central West komanso Salima North. Ndipo pomaliza, nduna ya ntchito za mafakitale, malonda ndi zokopa alendo inayankhapo pa nkhaniyi. Nkhani ina yofunika ku dziko yomwe inabwera nyumbayi inadzera kwa phungu oyimirira dera la Salima Central. Ndipo nkhaniyi inali yokhudza vuto la kuzimazima kwa magetsi mdziko muno lomwe ati likukhudza magawo osiyanasiyana a chitukuko. olemekezeka oyimirira Salima Central West anafunsa nduna yoona zamphamvu kuti ifotokoze zifukwa zomwe magetsi akuvutira mdziko muno, ndipo iwo anafunsanso boma pa ndondomeko zomwe boma layika mogwirizana ndi Eskom komanso Ijenko kuti magetsi mdziko muno akhale odalirika. Ndipo nduna yoona zamphamvu inayankhapo pa nkhaniyi. Aphungu omwe anafunsapo kapena kuthirapo ndemanga pa nkhaniyi ndi oyimirira madera a Ntchisi South komanso Nkhatabe Chintheche. Pakadali pano achiwiri oyamba kwa aspikala a nyumba ya malamulo olemekezeka a Victor Musowa MP ayimitsa zokambirana kuti aphungu adzakumanenso mawa lachitatu nthawi ya 2 koloko masana. Munali ndine Chikondi Manjawira Kachere, pitizani kuonera mapulogalamu otsatira pano pa Parliament Broadcasting.